There's this saying in the trading world called the 99%, and essentially this refers to 90 to 99% of people who attempt to become traders are unsuccessful and they end up quitting, and only about 1% of people who attempt to become traders follow through with it and become consistently profitable and successful traders. Welcome back to Getting Digital with Deja. Mm, 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 mm. Mhm. And if you're feeling uncomfortable and irritated at all throughout this video, I really challenge you to listen until the very end and take in everything that I'm saying and get over that feeling of uncomfortableness, because that's the first step that you need in order to be a profitable trader. Get uncomfortable. So if you've been watching my videos this week, you saw that I was basically talking about self-empowerment, self-growth, and just becoming a better person, and I've been making these little shorts. But today, it's not going to be short, it's going to be a long. And then on top of that, we're also going to be talking about how certain things that you do in your everyday life definitely plays a role in your finances. So we're gonna mesh the two together, okay? So the reason that 90 to 99% of people who attempt trading fail is because they have a lack of discipline, they have emotional decision making, and on top of that, they have poor risk management. In order to enjoy the freedoms of being a profitable trader, you have to be able to be disciplined and put in the hard work and literally the faith and delusion that it takes to become a profitable trader. If you don't have those concepts down packed as far as self-discipline and emotional decision making and proper risk management, it's going to be super hard for you and you're going to be a part of that 99%. So statistically, those are the reasons why 99% of people who attempt to trade don't become profitable. But if you really look at it, that requires a lot of self-work, like being disciplined, not acting out of emotions, and then also having like proper risk management and being able to know when something isn't good for you or when something is good for you. That has a lot to do with your inner self. I tell people all the time that trading is 90% psychological and mental and 10% knowing charts, knowing where to get your information, the news, and things like that. But when it really comes down to it, if you're not in the proper headspace, you're not going to be a profitable trader. The real reason people quit is because they don't want to have to go and do the inner work on themselves and figure out, okay, what is it that's making me not be as disciplined? What has happened in my childhood that is making me to act off of emotions? Why am I triggered by these things? Why do I not have proper risk management? Why can't I see when something is wrong for me? Why can't I acknowledge when something is right for me? This is inner work that you have to do with yourself, and it's going to make you grow as a person. But some people just don't want to put that work in because it's uncomfortable. It's not fun. And at the end of the day, it's really hard because it's taking a lot of your energy and your time, and it's consuming a lot of you to become a better person. And some people just don't want to consume their energy in those ways. They'd rather watch TV, they'd rather hang out with their friends, they'd rather do this, they'd rather work a job that just requires them to go in, clock in, do whatever their boss says, come home, and then they can do whatever they want. They don't want to do the inner work. And if you're not ready to do that, or if you don't even have plans to do that, trading is not a career for you. You should not be a trader at all. It's very common to feel like all the odds are against you when you're working on yourself, especially when you're working on yourself in the trading world. It feels like everything's being thrown at you and you just can't get it right. It can't stick, but you have to follow through with it. And a part of following through with it is what's going to make you a great trader. Actually putting your faith into yourself, into your craft, and knowing that you're going to get it done. That's what's going to make you a great trader. So I started reading this book called Day Trading for Dummies, and I will say the title was very off-putting, but the information inside of the book is very essential. And what he was basically saying is that the odds are not against you as a day trader. They want day traders inside of the market because you help to regulate the market. Day traders, they spot discrepancies. They literally give value to stocks. They literally give value to currencies and things like that. So they're much needed in the market. Unlike gambling, the odds are always against you. The casino wants to win, they want your money, so they're going to play dirty. So the odds are not against you, they're actually in your favor when you're day trading. But the only thing that is against you when you're day trading is yourself. You're going to be the one that stops you from being a successful day trader. There's nothing that stands in the way of you being a successful day trader except for yourself, except for you not acknowledging that you have things wrong with you and that you're not perfect, and working on those things and understanding that all those things that you're working on to become a better person is essentially making you into a successful and better trader. So this brings me back to my point when I was talking about discipline. You have to have that discipline, and I know it's very hard in this world that's full of distractions and temptation, but you have to have the discipline to say no, to stick to the path that you're on. So yes, this video is for you guys, but it's also for me to take accountability for myself, because if you guys know, I started this 6-month challenge, the 6-month lock-in challenge, where I was locking in for 6 months, no partying, no just all that kind of stuff, no doing that for 6 months. But then I found myself lacking, so I restarted it and said I was going to do it for a year. But then I found myself being bored and kind of just like feel like kind of empty. All I do is trading, all I do is research, and I'm just staying on this path. So it felt a little lonely. So I made the decision to go out to a concert and go and have fun and let loose, because I felt like I deserved it. And I also indulged in some things that I said I wasn't going to be doing for this year-long lock-in challenge that I put myself on. And I have to tell you, doing that showed me exactly why I need to stay on my path. Doing that showed me that I'm not there yet. I'm not as disciplined as I think I am. Um, and I have to work on myself more so that I can be disciplined in my everyday life, and also be disciplined in my trading plan, be disciplined in my trading just venture as well. And I believe that if people take that same like level of thinking with them, like they acknowledge when they do wrong and just try to make themselves a better person, instead of just being like, oh, I did that. No, acknowledge it, fix it, and work towards it. Nothing is going to happen overnight. Being in this world full of temptation, it's going to be hard to be disciplined. It really is. But if you know what you want to do, you know the end goal, you need to get there. You need to get there first. Everything else can wait. Everything that you think fun right now, you're not going to think it's going to be fun when you're rich and you have all the money that you could ever dream of. You're not going to be doing those things. You have to acknowledge that when you're revising yourself and becoming the person that you really are truly meant to be, some of the things that you used to do, you cannot take that into your new life. They're not going to be welcomed in this new life. You're not going to feel comfortable doing those things. You're going to start to notice little things about it. It's just going to make you be like, it's going to make it off-putting, and it's not going to be fun for you anymore. And I'm not at all saying don't have fun. By all means, find a really good balance of being disciplined and having fun, but just sit down and write down the things that actually are fun to you. Even if you don't have anybody to do it with, like if you like horseback riding, if that's fun for you, but you don't have nobody to do it with, you don't even have a freaking horse, that's fine. Write down the things that are fun to you and that you actually enjoy doing without having the thoughts of society or anyone else playing in your head. And then go out and go do those things. Even if you don't have anybody to do it with, even if you can't afford those things, just kind of put yourself in the vicinity of those places so that you can meet people who are doing those things. And that means that you're going to meet people who are most likely on the same frequency as you. They enjoy doing the same things as you because they're there. So they're probably there because they enjoy doing those things. If you want more friends and you want your friends to align with the same things that you like to do, go out to the places that you like to be and mingle. Make friends. Sometimes people will just literally come up to you and start talking to you, start a conversation, and then boom. The world is so technically advanced now. You just trade Instagrams, trade numbers, whatever you want to do, but go inside of the environments that you want to be in to find your friends. Literally, don't be going to the club looking for friends if you don't like going to the club. Like, that doesn't make sense. Don't think going to the club you're going to find a friend who maybe possibly likes to go horseback riding too. No, they probably like to go to the club and everything that comes with the club. And also, when you're making that list of things that you like to do that are fun, make sure that nothing on that list is self-destructing. Make sure that nothing on that list is illegal, like in your state. Any of those kind of things, make sure that it's things that will build you to be a greater person, or that will just allow you to express your passions that you have in the world, but don't let it at all be destructive towards you or the growth that you are literally making for yourself. Let go of the old and embrace the unknown and the new. Because you have to remember, you guys, things that you think are super, super fun right now that you once thought were fun, at one point in life, they were unknown to you. It was new. Your first time going to the club, that was unknown to you, that was new. You ended up liking it. You freaking enjoyed it. Okay, cool. Now you can do those same exact things with other things. If painting, for example, it's unknown to you, it's new to you, you don't even know how to hold a paintbrush, go to a painting class, see if you like it, just try it out. Just anything random that you want to do. even if it's unknown to you. Everything is unknown to us until we actually go out and do it, you guys. You have to like really think about that. And the amazing thing about this road is that if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to stick to it, okay? Don't be going and signing up a year-long contract for a Pilates class if you don't even like to work out. Don't do that. Don't do it. Go to a free class or just go to a class that you just have to pay for once. So you have no ties, no connection to it, no obligation to it if you decide that it's not for you. Embrace the new and embrace the unknown just to say that you did it. Like literally, you don't have no regrets. Like when you get older, like, oh my God, I never went roller skating like at the park, because didn't know what it was gonna be like. Go do it. Go bust your butt. Go get a bruised knee just to say that you did it. So you experienced it. What's a life full of regrets? So there's a lot of work that all of us need to do because remember, nobody in this world is perfect and there's always more ways on how you can improve yourself. So why don't you take the time to improve yourself while becoming a better trader? Don't just focus on the financial things. Don't just focus on the numbers or you understanding Fibonacci and things like that. Understand yourself. Understand how you react to certain things, why you react to those certain things in the way that you do. If you need to, go to therapy. If you don't want to go to therapy, journal. Like, do something to where you're acknowledging your issues and the things that are wrong with you so that you can go and you can fix them. You can't fix anything that you don't acknowledge. You can't fix nothing that you say ain't broke. So granted, I'm not necessarily talking strictly about finances in this video, but in order to make it to the financial freedom that you're looking for within the trading world, you have to understand these things, everything that I talked about in this video, working on your inner self, because that completely directly correlates with you being a profitable trader, a consistently profitable trader, okay? But tomorrow we're going to go back to talking about finances and things like that, but I just thought that this channel isn't just about making money. It's not just about losing money. No, this is about like your mental, your mind, body, and soul as a whole and how it plays a part into finances. How all that plays a part into finances. Like scared money don't make money. That's an example right there. Literally. But that's a whole mental thing. You're scared in your brain. Don't be scared. Take the risk. Things like that. All these things, this self-development and this spiritual journey that you have to put yourself on is going to lead you to the financial freedom. Work on yourself and everything else will begin to fall in line. I promise you. So that is the final thing I wanted to say for this video. And we will be going back to talking about finances in tomorrow's video and all next week. But before I left, I wanted to remind you guys, pretty girls can do finances too. All right, you guys, go out there and do the inner work and the shadow work that you know you need to be doing. All right, talk to you tomorrow.